I'm holding on. I am holding on. You hold on.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Okay, don't hold on.
Oh, I can hang up on you now?
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
Wait, why do I have an ad now on here? It went right over where I was talking to you.
I don't know.
I'm about tired of ads. I'm not going to buy anything. They could quit marketing to me now. You're not even on here anymore. I guess because I'm talking to you, I can't write to you anymore?
Maybe not.
All right.
All right. Are you ready to go?
Welcome to the Vices in Terrible 30 Minutes to Kill podcast.
You are listening to the Vices and Teramo podcast, 30 Minutes to Kill.
Hey, I thought it was the Vices and Teramo show.
I did, but then I started reading off this piece of paper, so now I'm just confused.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you just wake up?
I think I did.
You sound tired.
I think I'm about to fire this up a second time.
It's a good idea. Yeah, you sound kind of, I don't know.
Okay.
You know.
You are listening to the Vices and Teramo show, a horror entertainment podcast featuring suspense, horror, and psychological thrillers. You can find us on iTunes, Stitchers, Podomatic, just about anywhere. Type in VICISINTERIMO. I am your host, Michael Mad Saxon Jones, with my lovely wife and co-host, Lori. We generally have 4 segments to each show: Laid to Rest, where we take care of anything that we may have talked about in the last or previous shows. A review of a movie. Today's review is Carrie, the new 2013, I believe.
Yes.
Garbage in, garbage out, where we talk about things that we have come across in the last few weeks or so. TV, movies, books, anything that may have caught our attention. And often we end with a crawling chaos. That is a topic or a factoid that we have never talked about on the show before. Sometimes silly, sometimes serious, most always chaotic. How are you?
I'm just dandy.
You like my sexy radio announcer voice?
Sure.
It's what I wake up with in the morning.
It's early.
It's early.
Earlier than usual for us.
Yep. And, yeah. So, at any rate, I would say, do you have anything to cover from the last show? But,
I don't even remember what we did the last show. So probably not.
That would be Werewolf Rising.
Werewolf Rising.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. I've got nothing to say about that. Aside from avoid it.
Okay.
And go back and listen to our last podcast to find out why you should avoid it.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. I usually don't steer people clear of things because I think, you never know what someone's going to like. Everyone should experience everything, right? See if they like it.
Right?
Yeah, no. No.
Okay. Well, before we launch into another review of that, we'll just move on to talk about Carrie then.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get you everything you wanted. I'll get you everything you need. You don't need to believe in hereafter. Just believe in me. 'Cause Jesus, he knows me and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, he knows me and he knows I'm right. And he's been telling me everything is alright.
Brightly beams our Father's mercy from his lighthouse evermore. But to us he gives the keeping after school. The other kids, they think I'm weird.
Carrie, favorite poem? Did you bring one?
I don't want to be. I want to be normal.
Wipe that smile off your face.
I have to try and be a whole person before it's too late.
Help this little girl see the sin of her days and ways. She's made innocent. The curse of blood.
Mama, that's not even in the Bible. It doesn't say that anywhere.
Go to your closet and pray.
No. No!
You pray, little girl. You pray for forgiveness.
Let me go! If I concentrate hard enough, I can make things move. There are other people out there like me who can do what I can do.
You know the devil never dies. Keeps coming back. You gotta keep killing him.
No!
Prom is next week. You don't have a date already. Maybe you want to go with me.
Mama, I've been asked to prom.
No. They're gonna laugh at you.
They're all gonna laugh at you. Mama, stop it.
If the two of you are planning some kind of joke on a poor, lonely girl,
Your king and queen are...
So Carrie, as you've already said, is from 2013.
At least the one that we watched.
Yes. And it was rated R.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was appropriate.
Yeah.
I guess because of the subject matter.
Yeah.
There wasn't I don't know. I guess there was a lot of cussing. I don't remember. Was there cussing?
Not much, but it's that last 10 minutes of the movie, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The couple that were out to get her, they probably had filthy mouths.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was mostly for the subject matter because, as far as gore and all that, there wasn't really, I was afraid of a big slaughter at the end where it was going to be totally blood and guts, and it wasn't at all. So anyway, in this remake of the high school horror flick based on Stephen King's novel, misfit teenager Carrie gets back at the classmates who've bullied her by unleashing her newfound supernatural powers and creating havoc at the prom. And of course, Carrie was played by the lovely Chloe Grace Moritz.
Yes.
Who we fell in love with years ago when she was in Let Me In.
Yes.
And she's been in everything so far, since then.
She's just blown up since then.
Yes, because most people I'm finding haven't seen Let Me In, and that is a crime. If you haven't seen that yet, please go back and watch that. It's one of my top, that one will forever be in my top 10 favorites of all time. I don't ever see it getting bumped down any lower than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what did you think about Carrie? Or rather, this version of Carrie?
She's wonderful and I love her.
Yeah.
The movie was just okay.
Okay.
Julianne Moore as her mother was wonderful.
Right. I don't think we saw enough of her.
Probably not.
In this one, anyhow.
No.
Yeah. Hard to talk about without talking about the original.
Yes.
And the book itself.
Because they were both based on the book, so,
Right. And this one, though, I think, I'll probably like this one a little better than you did. But
I'm not saying I didn't like it.
I'm just saying I probably liked it even more, though.
Okay, because it was enjoyable enough to watch, but it was very simplified.
Yeah.
It was a very dummied down, simplified, basic story.
Okay.
I think it was missing a lot of, people just hate when you say character development, but there, I said it. You didn't really get to know anybody or what was going on or what the story was. It just drops you right in there, and here's this weird girl. She was homeschooled her whole life, but then for some reason, she had to start going to real school. So she's kind of, she's socially awkward. People make fun of her. A lot of that was, literally everybody in the whole entire school bagged on her constantly. And I found that unbelievable. There's always that group of outcasts or those people who are going to accept you. But then it wouldn't be Carrie, right?
Well,
it was just sort of,
I was going to say, going to the school that I went to, there were those individuals that just everybody picked on. And it's...
Even you?
Well, I'm not proud to say it.
You didn't talk to them? You ignored, you pretended like they were not even there and you just...
Yeah, it was kind of like, ew, that person. So,
that is terrible.
It's terrible. Like I said, I'm not proud of that.
Good thing you didn't go to the prom. You maybe wouldn't have made it out of there.
Well...
Oh, you did go to the prom.
No, I didn't.
You were the one with the bucket, huh? That's terrible. See, I went to a school that was so huge, like something like that just didn't happen. Because there was always at least multiple outcasts that found each other. And pretty much everything was pretty good as far, because...
You know what? Going here...
We're going to get caught up talking about something that's not even related to the movie.
We sure are, because you know what? This is not, your experience was very, and I'm not, well, yeah, I am. I'm going to say exactly what it is. Your experience was very different from... Well,
I know you went to a little podunk high school with like 12 people.
And so in that type of city environment, in that type of town, in that type of rural America, you know, I could go to the bathroom and somebody else could tell you what color it is.
Okay, that's gross. Okay. All right, but Carrie's school was huge, and it had a ton of people going to it. So it was just, I don't know. It still wasn't as big as the high school I went to, but...
Yeah. Well, you went to Ridgemont High there, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, supposedly this school that Fast Times at Ridgemont High was based on
was your high school.
Yes.
Yeah, so anyhow, whether it be from a small town, whether it be, there's a certain amount of, there's you can be ostracized in that town from, not just from school, but like the family and stuff. So there were those type of things going on also.
Right.
So for me, that didn't stand out.
It wasn't unbelievable.
It wasn't unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I didn't say it wasn't unbelievable though. I just, because the scenes that were outside and stuff, it did show trees and things in the background. They were in a rural setting. But when the scenes that took place in the high school, there was a ton of kids that went to that school. Those halls were packed. Mm-hmm. So I just, you know what, I'm a champion for people that are trodden on and rejected, because in grade school, you already know this, I was bullied so bad that I had to be moved to another school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so disgusted with what was going on in this movie. But I get it. It's Carrie. It's stupid. Well, I sound dumb, but...
No. But that's why this story works, and that's why the movie works, and why they were able to... Yeah.
But there were people that were, and then that's a frustrating part, and it's frustrating in the original and in the book. Okay, there are a couple people that do want to befriend her and actually are trying to do nice things for her, but of course, as we know, that gets misunderstood. And so there are a few people there that, but I don't know. In this version, everyone was especially jerky. I don't know. And the way the story was done, it seemed like it was just flying right along. That's what
I was going to say. I think that for two things. Well, one of my first notes is that with cell phones and stuff, it just adds a whole new element of horror, because her episode in the shower was then broadcast on YouTube, and that brings it into a more modern, more realistic, how awful. I'd hate to be going to school these days. Anyhow, I had a different point and then I completely lost it. What were you saying?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't have a point. But so anyway, you were